over those 3 years, I thought I was going to go on to do a PhD, in ethics and human rights. That was not in the cards. And so all of a sudden I realized I needed to get a job as I approached graduation. And so I applied and I got a job at a church. I wanted to be at a Presbyterian church in a university environment where I could get the experience to preach. There were like 2 positions in the country, and one happened to be in Atlanta, Georgia, and I got it. The pastor there, Scott Weimer, happened to be in New York City one week, and he called me up. He said, "Can you get lunch?" And so we met up for lunch at this Mexican restaurant, and that Mexican restaurant changed my life. He called me, came down, and I served there for about 11 years. And there I started out, it was a church of about 1,000 members, university environment. And so I got there and he says, "Okay, Jeff, I want you to be in charge and preach at the evening service," which was primarily for college students and young adults. And I was like, "Great, that's awesome." And then all of a sudden it hit me. It was like, I have 3 sermons that I wrote in seminary. And once I was done with those, I was like, what am I going to do? Because every week, that's a lot of content. And so that was really fun because I like reading widely, listening to podcasts like yours, doing a lot of fun stuff. And so
good plug. Did you hear him say that? He listens to my podcast.
You put that on the commercial. And so all of a sudden I had to preach every week. And so that was really a great experience to really work through my questions, because what I discovered is a lot of the questions that I had and started to answer, other people had. And so, and a lot of people think these questions, they're the only ones. Why does bad things happen to good people? How do we reconcile different religious practices? Where did the Bible come from? These kinds of questions, a lot of people, I think they're the only ones with them. And when you can say, actually, a lot of Christian thinkers throughout the ages, through 2,000 years, have been asking and answering these very questions. And so it became really fun to engage the religious tradition and show where it intersects with our current contemporary questions and contexts.
Yeah. So I've always had this question. When you enter into the ministry, do you always start in youth ministry? Is that just the path that everyone always has to start in?
Not always, but usually, because you're young, you're ripe. Many times you're single. And so, youth ministry, college ministry, it takes a lot of time. You got to be out there with young people, and it takes a lot of energy. And, as you get older, I'm, 41 now. I'm like, holy cow, how did I ever do that? And you're closer to their age, so you can relate. When you get to my age, you're like, oh, what is it like to be 13? What is it like to have to worry and panic about finals week?
You are wearing a pair of Yeezys, though.
That is nice. True. Do you want me to show them to the camera?
Oh, you're picking them up. There they are. You're very proud of those. My boys are very impressed.